I think the last 2 years have really piqued some of the interest in additive manufacturing as an industry. We've seen the availability of being able to produce locally on demand with things like PPE when there's been supply chain issues. There's obviously an increased focus on sustainability and the impact of the carbon footprint of moving large amounts of products from the Far East into the UK market, for example. But really interestingly, we're starting to see people wanting to take control. And I think once people are aware that this technology is an enabling factor in the way that they conduct their business, then people are more inclined to do some of the hard work required to develop the technical capabilities in order to realise the benefits of this technology.
Within our industry, we're driven by the codes of practice. These are implemented by the retailers, and we have to make sure that we supply equipment to these standards to make sure that we're compliant to the regulations, but also to these codes of practice that the manufacturers produce their products to. So anything that's detailed, that's new, we make R&D changes, and we implement these as part of our ongoing upgrade and improvement process.
So digital technologies are changing supply chains in terms of the digital warehousing and the capability of housing something digitally rather than physically is a relatively new concept. It's fantastic for us to see how that helps businesses to counteract some of the disruptions that they've seen through the pandemic, through Brexit, but moving forwards, how we can help ourselves sustain locally and not rely on other parts of the world to produce the goods that we need.
Automation's going to be the next big innovation, and it needs to be within the industry. Automation needs to be done to reduce labour costs, improve efficiencies, but also improve outputs within the industry to create lower costs. Computer systems as well, data collection systems, these can improve the production lines, how the production lines run, and what efficiencies that they can actually add to the process. There is a move in the industry to go to a more recyclable packaging as well, and the other part is to have lower energy products to consume less energy when they're being used in the production line.
One of the main key skills is computer-aided design, or CAD, because unless they have somebody within the organisation that can address the CAD model or create the CAD model, then they're limited to going onto the free websites where you can download models, or potentially go to the OME to actually provide that or outsource it. Now, they don't have to be a top engineer to actually be able to create a CAD model. Students in schools are now using 3D printers, and within the design curriculum are able to create very easily simple CAD components. So we don't try and make every operator a CAD specialist. What we will just take a persona approach and provide them with the skills that they need at the time to be able to recreate the parts that they need.
I'm not going to criticise what went on in the 80s, but a lot of it was quite harsh, and this whole area you can drive past anywhere. And there are new housing estates where factories used to be. It's just been transformed in a bad way, really, because I think we just looked at it as something it was a dirty industry, yet it creates wealth. Look at Germany, they've not done it. They've got, their whole economy is based on manufacturing, and we haven't, we've given it up. And that was stupid. But it's a difficult thing to do. We've got great engineers. I went to the Harry Potter world a few years ago, and British engineers designed all those animatronics, and if you actually look at the brilliance of that, and I thought, God, if we can't survive by using our brain power to be able to do things better, then we should be ashamed of ourselves. And I mean, I know the politicians talk about Brexit and what a terrible thing it is, but I don't believe it is. We should have some confidence in ourselves. We've got so many intelligent people in this country who could actually go and do things and actually create things, and we should be doing that rather than hiding behind this, oh, we're not good enough.
The skills that are most in demand in additive manufacturing, I think first and foremost are people skills. Everybody thinks straight away, and we're very big supporters of the STEM initiatives, but actually sometimes it's the soft skills. You know, if you're going to offer a bespoke consultation to a business that's looking to explore a new technology, then you need to be able to build rapport with those people. The customer that you're talking to needs to be able to share not only their opportunities, but also their pain points. By having an empathetic soft skill, then you are able to build that credibility and that trust, which then allows you to match to some of our gurus, as we sometimes refer to them as, who can best match the technology to the customer's particular opportunity or challenge.
We are seeing challenges within the recruitment of certainly our customers where there's production issues with people working on production lines, but we're also seeing shortages ourselves with regards to getting the right person in, whether it's production build, whether it's engineers, or whether it's salespeople. And I think this is the challenge for all industries at the moment, is getting the right person in to do the right job. So we do need to help people coming from school to make sure that there's a route through for these people to come from school into industry, and then to offer them college courses to make sure that you develop them as they go through their journey within industry.
It's a skill that's been nurtured here, and we've got that skill. I think we need to really develop it, because there are companies around the world who do it, but it's particular to this particular area. Actually, rolling and roll forming is very much a sort of a Tipton, Dudley, West Midlands type business, and I think we can develop it to do more. I mean, it is a very effective way of manufacturing a ring. So whatever ring, as long as, I mean, we're doing them up to 3 mil gauge, which is the thickness. Anything that requires a ring up to that, I think we could look at it and manufacture it.